Cell phone use in driving is increasingly becoming a problem in the United States. It's estimated that over 1/5 of car accidents involve a cell phone. That's over 1 million crashes a year. But it's not just a fender bender here or there that's making this a problem. Countless lives have been altered due to these types of accidents. Not only due to the emotional toll that it incurs on people, but the legal actions as well. We are looking to find out what the problem is, what extent it's affecting people, and why people justify their texting and driving habits. Tonight, we'll be interviewing two individuals whose lives were thrown into turmoil just because of a few letters of the alphabet on a text message. The first story was of a woman that not only changed her life, but also the lives of her entire family, when she was the driver of a high-speed accident that took the life of her own mother. Hello, Courtney. How are you doing today?
I'm doing alright.
So how often would you say you used your cell phone before the accident?
I'd say pretty much all the time. I was either texting or changing my music.
Did you think anything of it?
No, not really. I've always been a cautious driver, never gotten a ticket, never been in an accident.
Did your friends or family members ever say anything about it when they rode with you?
Sometimes, but I never thought of anything of it. I just kind of brushed it off.
So tell me what you remember from the accident.
I remember taking my car because my mom's was in the shop. We were about halfway to Birmingham driving on I-20 and there wasn't much traffic, so we were just having a casual conversation and I was listening to the radio and I remember playing a new band I just discovered and thought she might enjoy it.
And how fast were you going?
I was going about 80, which is speeding, but normal for me. I looked down to change the song and next thing I remember, I woke up in the hospital.
So Courtney had drifted off the road onto the shoulder where she hit an abandoned car that was parked on the side of the road. Even though she was wearing her seatbelt and the airbags deployed, her mother was killed on impact. Courtney was airlifted to the UAB hospital where she had a concussion, broken jaw, broken pelvis, and split spleen. Have you ever used a cell phone while driving since that day?
No, never.
So what sort of impact has this had on your family?
It's been devastating for me and my whole family. No one's directly blamed me, but I blame myself because just looking down and changing one song is not worth losing a mom over.
All right, Courtney, thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you for having me.
This next story is about not only the emotional ramifications, but the legal ramifications of texting and driving. This next story is about a man who not only changed the life of his own, but that of an entire suburban family. So how have you been, Robert?
I've been doing fine, I suppose.
So please explain what your thoughts on cell phone usage were before this accident.
I mean, I never really thought much about it. I saw the ads on TV, the commercials, but never really carried much weight in my eyes.
So you don't think what you did was wrong, or that you should have changed your ways?
Not really. I just had a good driving record. I always drove the speed limit. I thought everything was pretty good, so I never thought twice about it, really.
So tell me what you were doing that day.
It was just a normal Monday. I was on my way to work, and my normal route was closed off for some construction, so I had to take a detour. And never thought much about it. I was checking my email on my way to work, trying to figure out, what all I had to get done today. And next thing I know, I ran through a four-way stop and I T-boned a van full of children.
So how badly were you hurt? What were the extent of your injuries?
Well, I had a few minor bruises, pinched nerve in my neck, but overall I didn't get hurt really that bad.
So what happened in the months to come?
Well, I was charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter. I spent 30 days in jail, and I did over 1,000 community service hours. That consisted of going around to different high schools and middle schools speaking about the dangers of cell phone use and driving.
But the sentence wasn't the end of your speaking, was it?
No, I continued to speak even after I did my hours. I felt like it was a good experience, to spread my word and my experience of negativity through teenagers that are going to start driving eventually and getting it through to them.
So it's safe to say you don't use your phone while driving anymore?
No, I mean, I don't take my phone out of my pocket. I make sure not to look at it, and I just keep my eyes focused on the road. I don't want to have to go through that all over again.
So what would you say to someone who thinks that has the confidence to continue driving with their phone, despite all these things that happen?
Well, before this accident, I thought that was me. I never thought I'd be that guy that made that mistake, but that one split second that you take your eyes off the road, that could be somebody else's life you're putting in danger.
All right, Robert. Well, thank you for taking the time to come talk to us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
As you have seen, texting and driving is extremely horrific. Robert continues to talk to kids every day across the country. The question you need to ask yourself is this: are you going to stop texting and driving? Because it's completely horrific for us and our entire society. Do not text and drive.